Was it 600 episodes since? Yeah, I think it's been 600 episodes since it. And I guess I've just never noticed it. So it's kind of just been forgotten that long, and it's just that's just hilarious to me. That is just hilarious. 700 episodes ago. 700 episodes ago. At this point. Oh, that's just so funny. It really does make me wonder, like, why? Why did I forget? I did every other build project. I remembered to do every other build project but this one. And it's specifically because I remembered it being complete. And from the outside, it just looked like it was complete. I just never noticed. So I guess I never put the dots together, and that's how we have this now. It's incomplete. And it's now getting torn down. Which is sad, but you know what, it's kind of fitting an end to it, you know. It was once complete, and now it is time for it to finally be put to rest. Just seeing it slowly go under the water, like, it just reminds me of like Doggerland or something, you know, going under the water. It's just so off-putting, but so fascinating at the same time. Just seeing it slowly sink down, block by block, in the, what do you call it, the map. Just so strange looking at the same time. It's just, it's such a historical build, this one thing. Luckily it's not going to be as hard to break now that it's not fully cobblestoned up. But it's still going to be quite sad anyway, you know. Also, I did forget to say hello to you. I do apologize. I said hello in my head, but hello there, Emmanuel. Hopefully you're doing right and staying safe. And yes, dynamite would be a good idea for this, but I want to recycle the material, so that's why I'm breaking it, you know, without using some. Plus it is underwater, so TNT does not work, so. You know what I could do? I talked about it, and I made a joke about it, and I forgot to, you know, use it. My drill. There it goes. Much faster. In your head. Yes, yes. It is like when you reply in your head to someone, like, you know, over text, like that. But I looked down, I read your message, and I was going to reply to it, and I replied to it in my head. I forgot drill did, you know, multiple bits there. Let me just fix all of this now. But hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe, Emmanuel. Let's see. You caught me in the middle of one of our more historical builds here that are currently being deconstructed. There we go. There we go. Need to gather up some oxygen. Yes, of course. I was sleeping and just woke up. You know what, that is understandable. I woke up like, let me check the time. I woke up like 5 AM today. I just could not sleep. I've been having terrible like sleep for the last while. And I don't understand why all of a sudden. I just have these weird things when I'm awake, but I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, I can open up my eyes, I can see what's around me, I can identify everything. But I'm still asleep, and I go back to sleep after looking around, you know? It's not sleepwalking or anything like that, it's just my mind, you know? It's awake, but it's not awake at the same time. So it makes it terrible if I'm trying to rest, you know? Alright. So, let us go and we'll continue mining out this historical build here. 1,100 episodes, you know, this thing has been around. Well, plus. I don't know the exact episode. I think it was like episode 20 or somewhere around there. This actually used up most of my cobblestone back in the day. It's weird to say, but it did use up most of my cobblestone back in the day. Did I get hit by something? Not sure. I thought I got hit by something. I'm filling up my inventory that fast. I'm like halfway through this build project. Luckily, it's a little bit less cobblestone as we go down and along. So at least that's something, but still, it's still just funny to me that I might as well use this drill that I spent so much on anyway. I really want to get a mending book for this tool. It would be so good. It would be so good for this. But mending is very rare to come by. If you're ever wondering like why mending is so rare in my world, I have to get it dropped by a mob that has just a specific ability on it. I have the Champions mod, and that is the only mob that actually drops said item, making it the rarest item in my world. Which is crazy to think about, you know, but it's also so cool at the same time. Actually, you can go in my red backpack, where all my wood is. There we go. There we go. Just so fascinating just deconstructing a project like this. Like, you know how historical this build project is and all that when you're breaking it? And it's just so sad just seeing it slowly go away. But at the same time, you know, it needs to go away. Now, I don't actually have like a good idea on what I'm going to do after this, you know, sing for this. But it was primarily just going to end up like it is now. It's going to be deconstructed to the last block. Should I keep like some kind of block, you know, stuff around, you know, for it? Like a little tiny underground water marker. Break this a little bit down. Make it look worn. Kinda like that. You know what, that would be cool. A little tiny reminder. That I will probably break in the future, who knows. As I say, it's always trial and error when it comes to build projects like this. There we go, I reset my oxygen. There we go. I love that this thing just mines air as well. It's so fascinating that. And then this can just be mined with my pickaxe. It's just so fascinating just seeing a build project that was so prominent just disappear from the map. It's fascinating, sad, and all the above. That's how I could describe it. Just all the above. There we go. Like, just knowing the build, you know, and all that from over the years. Just fascinating just to see how it just decreases. I can just fill this in and out. Look at that. It was like it was never there. Just ignore this messy bit over here that I need to clean up. Like, for any of you who are new and have never seen this build project before, you probably don't understand, like, you know, the emotion behind it, but just with how old it is, you know, and how many times I actually walked across this bridge. Like, I have a clear memory of having a dream of just walking across it once. And it's just, it's so off-putting not having it there, but it's a build project that I've always wanted to deconstruct, and that's what I want to do now. Is return back to the normal. There's a bunch of areas around here, actually. This specific area is going to change, actually, itself. Because a lot of this area that you see around here, like Boris the T-Rex and all that, they're going to be moved and all that. There's pretty much going to just be the Spinosaurus here. Unless I decide to move the Spinosaurus. But primarily all of this that you see here is going to be slowly just brought back, and even the museum's going to go at one point. I think the only reason why this is going to stay over here, and maybe this path right here, is primarily because it's going to, you know, be the museum. The museum's going to be down in this area over here. There's got to be a whole, you know, museum built down here. Specifically just all the historical stuff. I just wanted something closer to where we originally spawned in. Apart from when that nuclear creeper blew up this area. I still remember that like it was yesterday. And it still horrifies me that that is a thing that is around. A haste creeper with the power of the atomic bomb. It's frightening. It is frightening. Sorry, I'm just fascinated just looking at this map, you know. Like, the museum's going to have to go one day. If any of you have been here for a while, the museum's not really that useful anymore. And really just needs a new area. So I could actually do what I want with the museum. I want to showcase a bunch of stuff. I want to showcase, like, historical items more prevalent than just, you know, a run-of-the-mill, you know, small enclosed area that I don't have much room to, you know, display anything. I literally had to build a room at the side just for showcasing stuff that's not even on display anymore. Alright, let me go like this. Like, there's certain mod stuff in there that, you know, I don't even use anymore. Because they're not even in my world anymore. Like, I really do want to bring back that potato mod and all that, go to the potato dimension. Just all of that, the fun stuff. I want to bring back that. I want to have a special area dedicated in my museum, the 2.0 museum. And it's just dedicated to all the dimension mods that we go and visit. That is what I want. That is what I want. I want to have more adventure. I want to build more stuff. I want to have adventure. That is what I want to do. And if I have to break down old build projects, you know, get that, then that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Look at that. It's basically all gone at this point. You wouldn't even tell where it was on the ground. I didn't really make many indentations on the ground of where it would be. And it's just, it used to be here. Do you remember? The 9th of August. I've ate 20 apples. I'm saving these apples for, you know, using as a, what do you call it? Thingy. Golden apples. Notch apples. I know people don't use the name Notch Apple anymore. You know, Notch being not that very good of a person. I like the name of it because it looks like, you know, or sounds like, you know, you've taken a bite out of it. A notch in the apple. I really do want to transport these guys over. Named the 5th of June. I need to figure out what the 5th of June was. I think it was 2021, yeah. 2021, this was 2022. This was 2021, that was also 2021. How are you doing, my friend? You still got plenty of food in there, my friend. You too. Nah, I'm not letting you out now. Alright, what time are we at now? Oh, we're just at the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. You know what? Let me end out. Go like that. Are they still live? Yeah, they're still live. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna end the stream off here. I'm gonna have to be fast with this. Oop, I'm misclicking now. Slash raid. Alright, 10 seconds. So hopefully you enjoy this, gang. Have a nice day, stay safe up below. Thanks for vitamins, very important. Everybody say some stuff, bye bye. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go.